Okay, raking. Raking is an essential guitar technique, and I view it the same as your vibrato, the same as your picking attack in general, because I feel it's a general extension of what a single note would be on a different instrument, but because we play guitar, because we play a fretted instrument with multiple strings, you get that extra articulation that you can get with how you actually fret the note, how you hold the note, and how you pick the note. And raking, in my opinion, is just as important as your basic attack, because it can make just what would otherwise be a singular note more meaningful. It can make it bloom, you can create more suspense, and it just adds a lot. It can make that one little note turn into something more. For example, let's say I'm in B minor, right? And I'm going for that minor third, that D, right? The same way I can be loud or soft, right, dynamically. With my picking attack, I can do more or less rakes with different volumes to create more attitude, to create more of that note, just to have more of that note, just that, you know. You hear how it's kind of, you're still just hitting a D note in the end, but you can create more noise, more whatever around that note. So it can really fill out your playing, and you'll hear this from the best players in the world, you know, Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, so on and so forth. It goes on forever, that they really vary their raking attack just as much as they do their regular attack or their vibrato. Song by song, you know, you can have it super soft, you know. You know, to super aggressive. You know, you hear Stevie Ray Vaughan do that. You know, almost like you're ripping the strings off the guitar. So you want to try all of that, right? You want to try holding it really loose or really tight to the point where it's moving the strings when you rake across, or if it just flutters. And for you finger pickers out there, people that don't really use the pick, same deal. You know, the rake, it can really add a lot to your single notes. Makes it more interesting, makes it fatter, makes it bigger. So let's talk about technically how this works. There's obviously two ways you can rake. You can rake down and you can rake up. And you can obviously rake as many or as few strings as you would like. If I'm going for a note on the 6th string, I'm obviously going to only be able to up rake, but I can rake across the other 5 strings, or 4, 3, 2, or just 1, right? Same thing with the 1st string. I can obviously only down rake, but I can rake across 5, 4, 3, 2, and just the 1. Now, in the middle, you're going to have a choice. Like, let's go back to that B minor. If I'm going for D here, I can down rake, or I can up rake. And you're going to know what to do, right? You're going to know if you're going for a higher, brighter, sharper sound, and you're going to want to up rake, or you're going down and you want a bigger, chunkier sound. You're going to know exactly what you want to do. Now, the essential thing on making raking work is muting. If you're not muting a string, you're either playing it open or you're fretting it. And both of those are fine, whatever, that's great. But if you're trying to rake, the muting has got to be a combination. It's a team effort between your fretting hand and your picking hand. Obviously, if you're up raking, right, like say if I'm going to this D again, you're going to rely more heavily on your picking hand, or your fretting hand rather, to rest against the notes that the strings that you want muted. And then when you arrive at the note you want to play, press that down and have it ring out. Now, if you're going down, just like palm muting, you're going to be using this fleshy part of your palm against the bridge to be muting the strings. And then when you get to the string you want to, the desired note, make sure you're not muting that one. And now this comes with time. You're going to get a better feel for this the more you play and the more you go back and forth. But that's what you want to think about. There's no one specific way to rake, the same way there's no one specific way to attack the note with your pick or fingers, or one specific way to do vibrato. But there are those basic fundamentals. You're either going to be going up or down. You're either going to be having it extremely loose or extremely hard, or somewhere in the middle, obviously. And then as far as muting goes, you're going to be doing either it all with the fretting hand, all with the picking hand, but most likely a combination of both, something in the middle. So you want to try to get all those different sounds. So I recommend starting in one shape, like B minor, and when you go to take an improvised lead, mess around with the different rakes that you can do. Try it on different strings, try raking across more or less strings, up rakes, down rakes, and the whole gamut. I'll play for you for a little bit so you can get an idea of how I like to practice this, but try it. It's a lot of fun. And again, if you like this channel, please subscribe, tell your friends, and if you want to see me make any specific video, just drop it right into the comments.